last time in part 1. So why a part 2, you might ask? Well, for those of you who didn't watch part 1, let's get everyone up to speed. But you should really go watch that video, it's awesome. I bought this 1992 Kona Lava Dome frame on Facebook Marketplace 2 years ago, and I didn't really know why I bought it. I've always liked vintage Konas, and this purple lava dome really caught my eye, and I thought, hey, I could do something with this. So without too much of a plan, I gathered parts and I built up the bike using hoarded bits from my stockpile and a few new-to-me pieces. And while I had a great time riding it and putting it together, I've lived with it for a couple of years, and I've realized that there are a couple of shortcomings. The bike is really simple in nature with V-brakes and an old Marzocchi Z2 fork. It was close to perfect, and honestly, it doesn't really need to change. But I have a problem leaving a good bike alone. I want to see if I can get a little bit more out of it by changing a couple of parts. So let's do that. So the goal of this video is to address the 2 weakest links I feel hold this bike back. Number 1 being tire choice, and number 2 being the brakes. And originally these were the only 2 things I wanted to change on the Lava Dome. I love this bike, but I ultimately get carried away and I change a few more parts, which I'm going to call a wild card. But more on that later. Why don't we get started with the tires and the brakes, and at the end of this video we're going to take it for a ride on the North Shore. I'm going to go hunting for some skinnies on Mount Fromme and see if we can find some ladder bridges, maybe even something to jump it off. So stay tuned and I'll check in with you guys later. Cheers.
What you doing?
So at this point, I've been riding the bike for a year, and we are well and truly into winter on Vancouver's North Shore. I've changed the tires for a 2.3 Maxxis Minion on the front and a 2.25 Maxxis Crossmark in the rear. These are tires that I just had lying around in the shed, and while they're better than the Kendas, the rear tire is a little bit too wide and it's been rubbing on the frame. So I need to change out this rear tire, then we're going to do the brakes. And may as well do the tires tubeless while we're at it.
Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman, she been doing to me? I'm gonna buy a ticket now, as far as I can.
So the bike's done, right? Wrong. A normal person would call this done. They fixed the two things that they felt were holding the bike back, and they're gonna enjoy it. I am not that person. I can't leave things alone, and I've decided that this bicycle needs a dropper post. Yes, this 1992 Kona Lava Dome needs a dropper post. No, a dropper does not fit on this bike. So this frame has a 27 millimeter seat tube, and the smallest diameter dropper post you can get is 27.2. Yes, 0.2 millimeters bigger. So after much humming and hawing, I have gone with the Trans X Kitsuma dropper post. It's 27.2 and it's externally routed. No messing with the frame. And it has 110 millimeters of drop. It was the most I could find for a 27.2 post that's not stealth. Okay, success! After a huge pain in my ass with the drill and sandpaper, I have successfully removed 0.2 millimeters. I don't think 0.2 millimeters is going to make much of a difference strength-wise, but I guess a long-term review will prove that. So we've done the tires, we've done the brakes, and now I've added a dropper post. We're done, right? We ride? Not quite. Couldn't help myself, I was on Marketplace when I was staying at my in-laws' house and I found an awesome 1997 Marzocchi Z1 in beautiful tangerine orange. So we're bumping up the travel, and we're putting on a different fork. Let's go.
happening again. Trouble sets in, waiting for the dividends. No doubt, now making dollars makes sense, but it really doesn't matter that much in the end. I grab the pen cause what gets me off my mattress is music. The love is deep rooted, it's everlasting. It follows me from the cradle to the casket. Pure satisfaction gathering my soul shattered fragments. At times, man, I wish I was illiterate. Then I couldn't read all the letters that I slipping through my letter slit. Nothing but bills using an aggressive rhetoric, saying give us the dough while we got other means to settle it. And just as I get to thinking that I better quit, I start practicing verbs, nouns, adjectives, and predicates. And when I'm in that zone, you best to step back a bit. Sometimes I feel inadequate, but when I rhyme, I laugh at it. Then I'm in control, body and soul becomes a whole, being pulled towards the notes like a magnetic pole. I got mad methods of delivering my flow when the crowd's still shivering. Yo, it's not because they cold, they so quivering because I spoke with authenticity. I'm not religious, but music gave me an epiphany. Particle purified, the phonics bringing the best beats. All for now until I fill out another fresh sheet. Oh no, it's happening again. Trouble sets in, waiting for the dividends. No doubt, now making dollars makes sense, but it really doesn't matter that much in the end. I grab the pen cause what gets me off my mattress is music. The love is deep rooted, it's everlasting. It follows me from the cradle to the casket. Pure satisfaction gathering my soul shattered fragments. Now there's some people that be telling me I better stop and concentrate on my 9 to 5 till my ticker pops. To be or not, that's the question. To you it's bigger rocks and bigger tongues for bigger cracks than play the bigger spots. I go from note to note, concentrate to connect the dots. Beginning at the bottom, brushing my way to the top. Sometimes I got some food for thought in my dinner box. For now, I just let it flow like the river does. Trying to make my reflection something that the mirror loves. Cause for too long the mirror reflected the kid who fought for recognition. Missing out cause he partied so hard. Fun is good in moderation, but sometimes it is all you have. And then it's that time again to grab your ball, stand up for your true love and watch the dominoes fall. A chain reaction, main attraction is the music, y'all. So I make sure to pick up the phone when the finest call. Sets in, waiting for the dividends. No doubt, now making dollars makes sense, but it really doesn't matter that much in the end. I grab the pen cause what gets me off my mattress is music. The love is deep rooted, it's everlasting. It follows me from the cradle to the casket. Pure satisfaction gathering my soul shattered fragments.
Alright, so this video needs an ending. I've been working on it on and off for so long now that when I started, my dog was still a puppy. I was worried it was going to feel a bit disjointed with filming everything starting 2 years ago, and hell, I don't even live in Vancouver anymore, I live in Kamloops. But this project has been so much fun. I love the challenge of finding all the right parts and modifying things to work when they aren't supposed to. And I love the creative outlet of self-filming all the footage and carrying a tripod around in the woods like an absolute nerd. So what's the point of all this? Isn't an over-forked 33-year-old hardtail with a dropper post a waste? It's not a waste, and I love the upgrades, but I do feel I got a bit carried away with trying to make the Lava Dome something that it's not. A more aggressive bike. The bigger fork and the tires allow me to ride more aggressively and maybe ride some trails that I couldn't have before, but that's not really the point of this bike. It's meant to be good for the soul. Well put together, simple, and I may have lost a little bit of that. But that's the beauty of bikes. you can always change the parts. You can always keep searching for the right one. So I can't wait for the next project where I'm going to take on something a little bit more gravity oriented, a little less vintage XC, and it's definitely going to be a Kona from the 90s. Thanks for coming on this journey with me. Don't forget to enjoy the ride. Thanks, guys. Cheers.